Adversaries come in many forms, but you will be victorious when you realize that worship is warfare.
Adversaries are necessary because without them, you never really discover your purpose.
We've accepted what somebody told us we were in our past. So our past is sabotaging our ability to hear instruction.
We are not much unlike a battery. The negative is the thing that's needed to produce the power.
I empowered you to overcome everything you've overcome up to this present moment. I fixed you for what's going to happen after this. You were in the mind of God long before you were ever born.
You are not alone in your battle. God has your back because worship is warfare. Put these 4 messages in your arsenal today on CD or DVD. Equip yourself by visiting our website or by calling 1-800-591-8480.
What if you could make one decision to unleash everything great in your life? Would you do it? Would you say yes? Aren't you tired of your relationships, your health, and so much more suffering because you lack the truth you need to change? The life you desire is within your reach. You can achieve all the success, happiness, and prosperity you deserve by simply learning the secrets that lead to real personal transformation. Change is hard, but not impossible. You just have to make one radical decision to get real. And there's no better authority on the real steps to change than David G. Evans.
Some men trust in chariots. Some men trust in horses. But we will trust in the Lord.
David G. Evans is leading the charge to bring you the power to change your life. He is committed to the mission of helping you transform and become a person of power, and it starts with his all-new system to change your situation. At the centerpiece of this life-altering collection is David Evans' groundbreaking training course. From ridiculous to radical to real, this means war. In this series, you will discover the steps to change. This series includes 2 powerful messages, each on winning the battle in your mind and cultivating a language of faith. That's 4 messages, 4 power-filled hours of material. If you want a better marriage, this series has the answers. If you want to achieve financial independence God's way, the secrets in this series will empower you to make it happen. If you want a life of power, anointing, and influence, this series will show you how to get it, and there's more. You're looking for serious, immediate results. So Bishop Evans will also include one of his best-selling messages called Weapon of Warfare. This classic teaching will build you up to start fighting in the spirit for what you deserve. This powerhouse collection, from ridiculous to radical to real, and Weapon of Warfare, will give you all the biblical strategies you need to change anything in your life. This collection will ship to you immediately with your gift today to David G. Evans Ministries. This ministry is revolutionizing the kingdom by empowering believers. Souls are being saved daily, and we need your help to grow this impact in a real way. Call now and sow your seed of just $35 for your transformation to help people around the world. Your $35 love gift goes straight to the front lines of ministry, providing help to those that need it most. Call now. Make the decision to get the power you need to change your life forever.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Nick. About to say straight from the pastor's desk. We do all this taping on the same day. Good morning, everybody. This is Onpointe. This is Pastor Nick Smith. Of course, Bishop David G. Evans, our host. We're so glad that you guys can join us on this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. If you're on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, Twitter, whatever device you're watching us from, please hit that share button. Let people know that we are on. Invite them out to watch as we talk about politics, current events, and the Bible, sports, just about anything from a biblical platform, laying a foundation with a view and perspective of how God sees things. As we talk about culture, talk about life, we want you guys to make sure you tune in. We're reading your answers on social media, as well as you can give us a call. Please give us a call, 866-743-8267. Again, 866-743-8267. Please give us a call as we talk about these interesting topics, as we discuss the Bible Mind Game, as we discuss cultural events. Our crack staff is here. We are appreciative of them helping us every single Saturday. Please don't forget to join us on church on Sunday morning as Bishop continues his series. Where's my sock? Where did I put that sock? We want you guys to join us at our 8 and 11 a.m. worship services as we celebrate God. But also, please make sure you join us on the fourth Sunday of this month. It is July the 28th, is our Bishop's 29th pastoral anniversary. Amen. Our guest in the morning will be Bishop Marvin Sapp will be with us at our 8 and 11 a.m. service. In the evening, Dr. Jamal Bryant, as well as Anthony Brown and Group Therapy, as we celebrate 29 years of Bishop Evans being with us here at Bethany Baptist Church.
Morning.
And we are going to celebrate that on that particular Sunday. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm tired.
I know that's right.
But it's good.
Yes, sir.
Morning, everybody. Welcome. I know Pastor Nick has already welcomed you to the program. Man, a lot going on.
Yes, sir.
I wondered why it took Acosta so long to resign.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly, money made the difference.
Absolutely.
Who you knew.
Mm-hmm.
We're back to that who determines what.
Yep. And, I heard of the Jeffrey Epstein for a while.
Yeah.
And when I started reading about the stuff that he was doing
Yeah.
with the young girls
Yeah.
and the hush money
Mm-hmm.
and using his political clout to threaten these young women, now they keep saying sex with underage women. Last time I checked, that was rape and
For everybody else.
Yeah.
They're calling it something else.
Yeah,
now.
they're calling it something else now. And, him having people call, say, look, if you take this money or there's going to be some consequences to pay.
Yeah.
This guy, all this stuff is true. Again, I'm still new to reading about it. It's an evil.
I think what they're really worried about is his boys.
Oh, yeah. Because they say Trump's all up in.
He wasn't doing this by himself.
Oh, no.
I saw a legal document the other day, a testimony where Epstein and the president, supposedly, were debating over who was going to be able to be the first time for one of the young women. And it was one of the reasons they fell out. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you...
Yeah. Oh, of all things to fall out over, first off, you shouldn't be doing that, number one.
Well, yeah, but
And-
they're going to fall out over it. That's...
Young women
It-
or girls?
These are girls.
Girls.
Right.
Girls. Look, we kind of old now. We call girls young
Yeah,
women.
we call.
it's-
I
I'm
call.
talking about
I know
girls.
it's. I know it's socially incorrect, but I
Yeah.
call y'all girls.
yeah.
But
The underage women. Underage,
yeah.
they're kids.
We're
They're
not calling
kids.
them young
They're
women.
teenagers, sorry.
Yeah,
They're
these
teenagers.
are girls. These
Yes.
are
I remember one
Older than
time
it is.
when I worked at Tasty Bacon. My uncle had come to pick me up, and he said, and it was time for everybody to come out the building. So I came out and got in the car. He said, "You ain't tell me all these girls work here."
Yeah.
So I looked around. I'm like, "Who we talking about?"
Yeah.
Full grown women.
grown,
I'm like, girls.
Girl, right.
What are you talking about, huh? He said, all them girls right there. I'm like, man, your perspective must change. In my eyes, I was like 18, 19 years old. There wasn't a girl in the bunch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Guess your vantage point, I
Right,
guess.
right. But it was something. Now Trump's saying he's an evil guy now. Epstein's evil now.
Of course he is.
But in 2002, he was a great guy.
It was his buddy.
And then he's saying Acosta shouldn't. He doesn't want him to resign.
Why?
He thinks he should stay because all this stuff should be a fluke. But he knew he let Epstein go on some whack deal.
Let me tell you something.
money.
If you had done what Epstein had done, you wouldn't even have a chance to talk to the state attorney general.
Absolutely.
Number one, you couldn't afford a $1 million an hour lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, the $1 million an hour lawyers know the people.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to cocktails and talk it over.
Yep.
They shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets this sweetheart deal when everybody else under the planet that's not a billionaire will be going right to jail.
Absolutely. And that I gotta, I just have an issue with that. Like, what is our political spectrum? We knew stuff would go on, but it was private.
Yeah.
Now it's out in the open, and it's like.
This was private until it came out.
But I'm saying, like, I'm talking about the amount of people and stuff that is coming out.
Something I said the other, either Wednesday or Sunday, about the tests. The tests for evil have been compromised.
Mm.
And I'm paraphrasing now. I don't remember the entire quote, quoting myself. The tests for the standards for evil, the tests for the standards of evil have been eliminated.
Right.
And because the tests for the standards have been eliminated, it's almost as if evil now has no standard to be measured against. So this is why we're seeing all this acceptance of things that we never would accept before. I find it distressing when I'm listening to the news now. I find it distressing that there's so many different ways to say somebody lied that you misspoke, misquoted, the video's out of context, which that one always makes me laugh.
Yeah. When you see the whole video, not just the slice of it.
Not just a piece.
Yeah.
Slip of the tongue, after you've repeated the lie for 3 days. I mean, just everything's fake news except if it's in my favor.
Yep.
Just there's the standard for what's true seems to have been modified. The thing that bugs me is that those of us that are in our vocation have decided to go along with that. With that shifting standard. My dilemma is what happens when this present administration is out of office. What do the national religious leaders say to the public, to their congregations, when all of a sudden they try to shift the standard back to the this pre-administration? I don't know if they can do it.
Yeah, because they have no right to ever say about a future liberal politician that family and faith are that important.
They can't. They can't.
You can't.
But
they're going to try it.
And some of them will try to present a biblical standard for why it was okay for us to do that then, but it's not okay for us to do it now.
Yeah. Because some of them still believe that he was prophesied. Trump being in office was prophesied about by Kim Clement and some other people, and this is just a fulfillment of prophecy that he's supposed to be Cyrus from the Bible or something like that. He's going to come in bad and then end up serving God in the end.
They proof texting. They found something that is similar that they could use to justify his misbehaving and their support of his misbehavior. Although, I've said it before, I don't know any other president that we've had that they would support this behavior.
Yeah.
I don't know any other.
I mean, when Clinton was running for election, I mean, he had one woman and they harped on that like crazy, saying he wasn't a good fit for president because he had this relationship with I can't remember the lady's name, before he became president.
Yeah.
But you got this.
You got 26 women. And I always say it. 3 baby mamas, 7 kids on the same stage. National news as he transitioned from one to the other. And the Republican Party, the Faith, Family, and Constitution Party, just said it's okay.
Yep. As long as he comes, gives us what we want.
Is he doing that?
They hated a black president that much that they voted this in.
Yep. And I think our problem was that we got locked in intellectual silos and didn't vote
Yep.
because they didn't like Mrs. Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
But I still say I believe she would have been a better
Oh,
president
absolutely.
than our present president. And one of the reasons, she would have had one of the best political consiglieres ever born to advise her. All right, you want to do it this way, you might want to say it that way. Because people don't like President Clinton. But the bottom line was they all said he was a consummate politician.
Yes, he was. He was.
So I'm thinking about this thing yesterday and today, and I'm thinking about how the difference in destinies is a choice. Had a conversation with Harvest pastors on the phone yesterday about choice and what that looks like, and how the biblical definition of choosing is completely opposite of our functional definition that I think is articulated by our behavior. I don't know when in important situations in life, until I got older maybe, that I tested something before I chose it. But biblically, the word in the Greek demands a judging, acceptable or excellent, after it's tested. So a choice is supposed to be made on the basis of us testing the thing first that we're thinking about choosing, and making making the choice based, making the discerning choice as to whether that thing is acceptable or excellent before. So judgment happens before choice.
Yes. That's all through Scripture too. God always tests a person before.
Absolutely.
You know, He does things. He makes an eternal assessment.
This is my beloved son,
Choose to do His thing. Yeah.
in whom I'm well pleased,
Yeah.
who I've spent eternity with,
Right.
making sure he's acceptable and excellent before I send him to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That, to me, that changes the game on choosing.
Oh, absolutely. It'll slow you down some before you make a choice.
Well, it should, because I think we think impulse and the action connected to impulse is choosing.
Right.
But impulse does not include testing anything.
No. It's pure emotion and passion and just seeing the end result without looking at the process.
Well,
or the
I
outcome.
agree with you. I think social media, as I look at how many, if you're not careful, you'll think you actually have 50,000 friends. If you're not careful, you know, or followers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether choosing something that is distracting or destructive is evidence of a wise choice. I wonder how everyone listening to us today, I know some people are blinking their eyes and shaking their heads because the biblical definition of choice absolutely seems opposed to the working definition of choice that most of us have used most of our lives. We tend to test it after we choose it.
Yeah. We pray for it to work after we make the decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. We couldn't have got us. We wouldn't have got us so much trouble in life if we would have just took our time,
Tested the thing
tested
first.
the thing first before we made.
How many people did we give the title of best friend to? Before we really knew them.
Yeah. Yep.
We didn't test it before we chose it. We didn't allow what we call the natural occurrence of time and circumstance converging to reveal the character of individuals.
Yep.
And I still believe that, and I had this discussion with one of our young members a couple of nights ago, I don't know how you can be friends with me and my enemy at the same time.
Yep. Yep. Can't.
Either there's been a compromise somewhere along the way, but you if you're my friend, how do you sit around and listen to people kick my back in
Yep.
and still say you love me?
Absolutely.
How does that work in this world?
It doesn't until it's them.
So that's not understood until
So
the situation
comes around on you.
What
I
is-
demand loyalty from you, but my options of loyalty, I have options when it comes with my loyalty to you.
But where does the mindset come from? How do you sit down and work that out in your head that, okay, I love Nick, but I'm friends with somebody that hates him?
Yeah.
First off, what kind of conversation do I have to have with the person that hates you for me to have a relationship with?
Absolutely.
What do I have to accept?
Yep.
Do I not defend anything? What kind of person do I have to be around your adversary?
Right.
For me and your adversary to have friends.
Absolutely.
And then what kind of heart do I have if I can come to you and say that I love you while I'm in league with your adversary?
Yeah.
So and most people, you can't be friends with them if you're constantly disagreeing and opposing.
Yep.
So when I'm observing that, it would be a natural assumption for you to think that I'm friends with your adversary.
Yep.
I have compromised my conversation in order to be friends with that person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it would require some change.
Yeah.
Again, you have a right to be who you want to be friends with. But if that's who you want to be friends with, I need to back
You
up.
have a right to react also.
Because if you hurt somebody I love, you are hurting me.
Absolutely.
And we got a problem.
If there's a real affection there.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to allow somebody to kick your back in, and I sit there
Right.
and say, well, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand that too.
Yeah.
And then see you in the morning. Hey, man, I just love
Yeah,
you
I
so
love
much.
you.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
bogus.
Absolutely bogus. And but it makes sense though. So the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all of them had beef with each other until Jesus came on the scene. Their mutual disdain for each other was overridden by their disdain for Jesus.
By their
It
unified
allowed them
disdain
to
for
come
Jesus,
together, which shows you that could be possible.
No, it's probable.
Probable, yeah, okay. that if the example you just said,
The adversary has an offense,
Yeah.
and the person that's
yeah,
acting like they love
yep,
you has an
the
offense
too.
also.
Yep, and they come together on that offense.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because it's impossible for you to unite with my adversary,
right.
have sincere feelings for me, and you not have some offense yourself, which
Absolutely.
aligns you with that person.
Absolutely.
Because, I'm not going to sit and listen to somebody
Yeah,
kill you.
absolutely.
It's just not working.
I'd want you to get the information first, then kill him.
Well, I
But
always will. I always will. I'm going to
Right.
listen to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Then I need you to know
Yep.
when you walk away
Yep.
that you can't say to someone else,
Absolutely.
"Oh yeah, I said this and this and this and this to Bishop." And well, what did he say? Well, he was like, "Yeah, I understand."
Yep.
And then you turn around. Then I turn around and say, "You, man, I love you so much."
Yep. Yeah.
That's bogus.
It's bogus. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, this happens all too much.
Yep.
Especially in the body of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe we become more transactional
Yep.
than we have relational.
Absolutely.
And like you said, I think we demand loyalty. We allow disloyalty until we need the loyalty ourselves.
Absolutely. Yep. Then I need you to be on my side when it's me. The world is something I'm teaching.
Your adversaries are not going to be comfortable with me.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
If my adversaries are comfortable with you, then
got a
something has changed. We got a problem.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think the world is conditioning us to. Some of them teaching our teens. They're conditioning this generation that there's always an opt-out. So Netflix, it's month to month. Your cell phone used to be 2-year contract, now month to month. Cable is month to month. Everything now has the ability to get out when you want to.
Or free.
Or free. Yeah. So they're conditioning their minds to feel like I don't need to be committed to anything
Okay.
unless I need that commitment for myself, which is strange.
Well, but you know what's really weird? That may be an excuse for this young culture.
Yeah.
But it does not
not
bear
for the
excuse
old
for the
one.
older
No,
culture.
not at all.
It does not. It does not. It speaks of a rank disloyalty.
Yeah.
And I asked a young person the other night, does loyalty mean something different to your generation than it does to mine? And we kind of had to come to an agreement that it does.
Yeah.
You know, so, but like you said, if they need loyalty, then they want to demand it.
Yep.
But when asked for it,
Yeah.
you need to understand that I can be disloyal to you and still be your friend, still say I love you.
Yeah.
And that is such a lie.
It is. Because if you did to these individuals what they were doing to you, they would be totally offended.
You know,
Excuse
it's so vital, I think, in relationship that, you know, it's like somebody mistreating your parent
Right.
and you being friends with them. How does that work
Yeah.
in life?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you've got people that actually
Mm-hmm.
are say they love their mother or their father,
Yep.
and will let someone gun their father and mother down.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yet, the same individual, if you come against their child, they understand.
Yeah.
I'm not. You hate my daughter, my son. I'm not going to be your friend.
Right. But some of them do that too, though.
Yeah.
When it comes to a relationship.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. They'll date a guy that can't stand their kids.
And I don't get that.
Which I don't understand
I
either.
don't get that. I don't get that.
You know.
But what's weird about that is that they'll want loyalty from the child,
Right. Yeah.
even though
Acceptance.
I'm throwing the child under the bus for somebody that's probably not going to be around.
Right. So help me out with this then.
Okay.
So you have those people who their claim is they're playing both sides because they're afraid of, they don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved in it. I just want to be out of it. I don't want to be in between y'all mess. But to me, some things require a choice.
Well, and the other thing, when you have somebody that insists on being neutral, they won't be there in a time of struggle.
That's true. Yeah. Yep. They don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Well, if you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, I can't depend on you for anything.
Right.
So you get put in a category of less value
Yeah.
as a person because you've just said neither one of you can depend on any loyalty from me.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
You like the conversation I was having. You if I'm hanging with Al Capone, and Al Capone is a known gangster, I see you with Al Capone. That's your right to have Capone as a friend. But it's also my right to react to that
Yes, sir.
and see, okay,
Yeah.
I need to adjust my expectation of you because this person is aligned with my enemy.
Yeah. It's true.
The Bible says, how can two walk together except they agree? So there has to be some level of agreement in order for your enemy
Yep.
and me to get along. I've got to agree with them somewhere.
Yep. And you're right. It's that mutual offense.
Mm-hmm.
Something's got us clicking
Something happened.
against this person. Instead of talking to the person that you may be offended by.
Can't do that because if my complaint comes out my mouth,
Yeah, it
I'm
sounds
going to
crazy.
sound totally stupid.
Yeah. That's true.
Because the level of relationship should not be destroyed by an offense.
Right.
Watch this. They're so small, the only thing it's magnified to is your insecurity or your own sense of rejection.
Right.
So I've got this little teeny weeny offense that I'm using as a huge reason
Right.
to be disloyal. But at the same time, I wouldn't want you to be petty when it comes to judging me as a friend.
Yeah.
It's I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure people think about it, but you know, it's like freedom of speech.
Yeah.
People give the impression they have a right to say whatever they want to say, but want to take away your right to respond.
Right.
It makes no sense to me.
Absolutely.
If you can say whatever you want to say, you need to be ready for my response. You can't tailor my response, and you can't tailor the emotion of my response when you say whatever you want to say.
And the people that always claim don't judge me do the most judging.
Well, and they say it before they know you.
Yeah.
So you're judging me when it comes out of my mouth.
Right.
You ask me a question and find out if I am indeed judging.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Before you make an assessment.
But it's easier to make the assessment than to perhaps have the conversation. One of the things that when we go to Issachar, one of the discussions we had at lunch one day, before you started coming, was that why is it that people that have been in relationship with you for a long time, why is it they silently fall out with you?
Okay.
And so we were having this conversation. Guy's a lot smarter than I am. I said, well, you know, I have an idea about this. I said, sometimes the reason we fall out in relationship is so petty that the only place it makes sense is inside my head.
Yep.
That if I say it out loud, I'm going to embarrass myself and reveal just how immature and how petty and how evil I am.
Yeah.
So I don't want to discuss it. I don't want to discuss it. I don't want to discuss it.
Yeah.
Because if you say it out loud, it sounds completely insane.
Mm-hmm. What is it about us that if we know it's insane, shouldn't you be able to talk to yourself and say, that thought sounds crazy? You know what I'm saying?
Most people don't have that kind of maturity.
Yeah, I'm being too sensitive. Bring it in some. Okay.
I find somebody that will agree with me.
That's true.
So I find another person wounded the way I am.
Yeah.
We have conversation, and a confirmation bias is established or either strengthened.
Right.
So now I feel this way. Find somebody that feels that way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we both feel that way.
Yeah.
So what we're feeling is really valid.
Right.
You know, even though half the time the assumption is based only on what they're thinking, not on what was said to them.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to ask a question because you might mess up my
thought process, right?
Okay.
You're going to make me feel
Even
though my thought is stupid, you're going to make me feel stupid.
I'm not going to ask the question because I really am comfortable being crazy.
Right.
I like being wrong about this.
And the crazy thing is Judas, I mean, it's starting to click a little bit now.
Okay.
The Pharisees in them could not give Judas what Jesus could give him.
Absolutely.
The only thing they can give him was immediate pleasure, which was the moment of us coming together. The problem is when you realize you're wrong, usually the person you came in agreement with throws you away.
You know what blew my mind about that? How did they bribe him with what he had access to?
Right, he had money.
He was the treasurer for the group.
Yeah.
And they came to him with 30 pieces of silver. How you bribe me with what I already have? It's a garden illustration.
Yeah.
I'm already in possession of every other tree in the garden except one.
Yep.
You gonna mess me up with one more tree?
Yep. Agreed. Something I'm teaching the kids tomorrow. It's gonna be so cool.
Okay.
It's simple. The root of sin is selfishness. I mean, when you think about it, it's self-pleasure. It's doing what it's best for you. Forget about everybody else and how it's going to affect God, the garden, Adam, Eve. It's all about self-pleasure.
It's like an adult having no thought about how his or her actions are going to impact the people that they're assigned to
absolutely. But that's how Satan felt, so caught up in self.
Yeah.
You know, that was his thing. I want to ascend to the highest mountain. I want to be God. I want to be.
Is Judas the supreme example of turning privilege into entitlement?
Yes.
Because Jesus gave him the privilege of being a disciple. Judas turns it into an entitlement.
Right.
Because Judas is not appreciative.
Right.
So once again, the cure for entitlement is thankfulness.
Yes.
Deep.
Yeah. And he missed out on what Jesus could have given him.
Let me ask you another question about Judas. Was one of Judas's big problems he was jealous of the guy that gave him authority? Was he jealous of Jesus?
It could have been.
Because I'm looking, there's no way he could ever pay Jesus back.
Right.
So was he the envious or jealous of Jesus, and part of what drove the betrayal was the jealousy?
Could have been, yeah, insecurities.
Did he, with the gifts he was given, compare himself to Jesus?
Could have.
I got some of the same gifts he had.
Yeah.
Why is he the big deal? So is he not getting enough recognition, or is he emotionally qualified himself to get more recognition than he thought he should get? So he tries to go to people that are enemies of Jesus to get the recognition that he thinks he's not getting from Jesus.
Could be. Because he was battling this betrayal before the devil even entered into him.
Absolutely.
And when he went to give the money to the poor, he started complaining about why are you giving money to the poor, because the scripture says he was stealing the money.
Absolutely.
So he knew he was guilty for doing the wrong thing.
You're messing with my flow.
And just because Jesus didn't say anything to him while he was doing it.
Yet, I believe that he liked the attention that he got when the group walked into a city.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they.
You know, he was all with Jesus. But you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of someone who smiles in your face, kisses you, and talks about you when they walk away.
Absolutely. Yep.
And watch this. And the people that they're around, they speak betrayal when they're away from Jesus, when he's away from Jesus. And then the Pharisees and the Sadducees watch him act like he's Jesus' boy.
Yeah.
That seems insane to me.
Absolutely.
How do I, we'll use us as them, how do I talk about you to a bunch of people, and the next time they see me interact with you, I'm acting like I'm your best friend?
It makes you look crazy. Which is probably why when they went to go back to them after he messed up, they was like, "No, we ain't got nothing to do with you.
We ain't got nothing to do with you.
You couldn't be faithful to him. How you gonna be faithful to us?"
It's like guys that betray their country. They're never trusted by the people they go to.
No.
So I just find that to be amazing that human beings, especially those of us that are saved, think that dual existence of actually gunning you down when they're with a certain group, and then I don't see the contradiction in me being seen one way and then that same group watching me interact with you like everything's cool. Isn't there something in us that says, you know what, this is not right? I'm acting really. I'm talking about you, but then and the same folk are looking at you like, oh,
I can't trust you either.
So is the one-on-one betrayal a performance for the people that they talk about? The group that they're now trying to get in is the one-on-one betrayal, the confirmation, okay, y'all see, but it makes the individual look stupid.
You look crazy. Yeah. You look like a nut.
Absolutely.
And the crazy thing is you're so caught up in how you feel that you'd miss these people are using you as a pawn to get after the person they don't like.
Or the folk that you're trying to be friends with see that you're two-faced, three-faced, and four-faced. And there's never a revelation.
Yeah. There's no thought process of,
I ain't going to lunch with somebody who doesn't like you.
Yeah. I know that's right.
And if it comes up during the lunch, we about to hear something.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm gonna get all the information.
Yeah.
I'm getting. I'm gonna sit there.
Really.
Well, before we leave today, let me tell you something. It ain't going down like that.
But I just. But there are very few people that are in a position where we'll be offended if somebody hurts us.
Right.
But we're more offended if somebody hurts somebody that we love.
Absolutely.
We'll be slow to trigger when it's us.
How do you react? I know how I react. I have a problem with somebody that I know is disloyal. Come ask me for help.
Yes.
Like I don't know it.
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
Oh, I have to.
Yeah, you have to.
I think I taught you that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we.
Oh no, you didn't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised you came to talk to me.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Right.
This.
Oh, I didn't say that. Yeah, you did.
You did. Yeah, you did. It's okay. But how's that possible? I'm surprised you even invited me. Why would you come talk to me about this when you've said all these things?
Yeah, I didn't know what I was talking about before. I didn't know this.
No.
Oh, I'm anointed now, huh?
Yeah.
The best is when they start buttering you up.
Oh,
I hate
so
it.
Much. I hate it.
And I'm so glad to see you.
I hate
You're sitting there just like.
I hate it. Oh, I can't wait to tell you what I know. I just can't wait to reveal it. But how the Lord works, those that betray you, people, you have to have patience. Those that betray you eventually need you in ways that no one else can help them.
Right. Yep.
Eventually they do. And then it's your time to say what you need to say.
Yep.
And I believe that we're not obligated by God to help somebody who has been trying to destroy us. I don't think you're obligated to do that.
And Joseph was circumstantial with his brothers.
Absolutely.
That wasn't like a lesson to everybody per se. We know when Joseph said, "I'm gonna take care of you. God sent me before you to preserve your life after you did what you did to me." It doesn't mean that everybody that's currently, because his brothers recognized they're wrong
Oh yeah.
when they got to Egypt. They knew they messed up. Mm-hmm. But it's not like, see, there's a difference between somebody
I
coming.
think they recognize it at the pit when they throw him in.
Because one of them said, "Yo, what did you guys do?"
Yeah, this is not right.
Yeah. So
We still have to face our father.
Right. But that's the crazy thing. They were so caught up in their hatred of Joseph, they did not consider their father's feelings.
And didn't consider the consequences if the
Yep.
father didn't believe it.
So they would rather crush Jacob.
Because that's what jealousy will do to you. It will eliminate consequences in your mind. It's like hell.
Yeah.
Hell is a truth discovered too late.
Yep. Yeah, there's no turnaround then.
Nah, you in it, but this thing,
Yep.
it is actually hot here.
Right. And here's the crazy thing. As a leader,
Yeah.
since we're talking about this, it grinds my gears when people don't understand that if you hurt my representative, you're affecting me.
I don't get that.
If I send you to a person to a meeting,
Yeah.
and you disrespect that person, and I have to come into the meeting to correct it,
You've messed up.
you really messed up.
Like I don't get how people can say they love me. I'll be personal.
Yeah.
How do you love me and then do passive aggressive things to
Right.
hinder the church that I pastor?
Absolutely.
You can't possibly love me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And here's my problem. Christians think inactivity is not action.
Right.
Doing nothing, and that nothing negatively affects my life work, is opposition to me.
Absolutely.
So you can't love me and oppose what I do.
At the same time.
Okay.
You don't have to like everybody. Let's just do the work.
You know, like it would be like me saying I love you, and but walking up and throwing rocks through your bay window in your house.
Yeah.
I really love you, Pastor Nick, but I'm gonna knock all these windows out. I need you to understand. Despite all this glass you hear breaking,
Yeah.
man, I got
still
your
love you
back.
anyway.
I got your back, man.
I'm destroying your house, but I love you.
It's crazy.
But that whole Joseph story just really highlights how intense jealousy and envy is.
Oh yeah.
Where you don't care about the house or Jacob's reaction, you're just concerned about how you feel about one person.
Well, wasn't it Jacob that said that was not concerned with the wrong he was doing. He was concerned with getting caught. My father will know me.
Oh yeah, in that one part, yeah, my father will know.
He said,
me.
"My father, what am I gonna do? My father will know me." Not, wait a minute, Mom, Rebecca, hold up. Let's not do this.
This ain't right.
This ain't right. But my father will know me. But what gets me about people is that they actually think. I think people think if you don't say anything, you don't know.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
But the actuality is, in our position, I've taught you, and I've learned to wait.
Yeah.
Until the commitment is so obvious that you can't say.
Yeah, you crossed the line, built a house,
Yeah,
raised a family.
But then try to tell me you ain't over there.
Yeah. No.
You got it all wrong. I know you say a house, but you're looking at it out of context. Crazy people, man.
Interesting discussion.
Yeah, I think it's something that anybody in any kind of leadership position has to deal with from time to time, is the insincerity. But jealousy will cause you to disregard consequence.
Right.
And people actually think they can do things to you with a host of witnesses.
Yeah.
And you never find out about it.
Right.
And then, here's what I think. If I say something to you that's wrong, and I wait 6 weeks to approach you about it, I gave you 6 weeks to think about it and come back to me and say, Bishop, blah, 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 blah. Or I come back to Nick, I said something a couple weeks ago, I was wrong. I thought about it. But when I approach you, or you approach me, and I say, well, I didn't mean that. If I'd never said anything, or you never said anything, it would have stayed that way forever.
Yeah.
So you're only changing it
because
I'm approaching you about it.
Most folk aren't sorry. Every night I counsel relationships, and I'm like, well, I thought he was going to change or she was going to change. They only change under the threat of loss. This is why ultimatum changes don't really work.
Wow.
Because once I see I got you back, I go revert back to.
Can I tell you the number of emails I've had in all the years I've been pastoring that were inflammatory when they sent them? And then when I react calmly, depending on my degree of anger, is either okay or K.
Yeah, right. As much as you can get. This is K.
It's okay, I'm just a little perturbed.
Yeah.
Or K,
Yeah.
you done pissed me off.
Right.
Okay, so can I tell you the number of people that have sent me something inflammatory because they thought it was going to inspire a conversation?
Mm-hmm.
You say something crazy, and you think that means he'll talk to me now.
Right.
No,
Nope.
no. I heard the door slam.
Yep.
So I'm going to send something to you that's offensive. I know it's offensive. And that's supposed to make you want to talk to me.
Right. Yeah. Using negativity to get a reaction.
Doesn't happen. And I don't know what kind of world you live in if that works for you with the people. You know, they must want to talk. I ain't weaving through all that nonsense.
No. My 2-year-old does that.
Doc.
Do something wrong? No. Daddy, no. You trying to now? You trying to hold me and hug me?
Don't hustle.
You trying to
Don't
hustle me?
I
No.
tell Chandler all the time, don't hustle me. Don't hustle me. Don't hustle
You
me.
gonna use negativity? No,
Yeah,
no.
Oh, he gonna get all affection, gonna start hugging, kissing. Oh, daddy. No,
Right.
Back up 4-year-old.
Right.
Back up.
I'm gonna hug you in a minute, but I need you to.
I need you to get this. I need you. Look like you need a little help. This
Right.
But this loyalty thing, I think, is
Yeah.
You're right. People want it,
Yeah.
but they don't want to have the
Don't wanna give it.
expectation. And I wanna have a transaction with you, but I want you to have a relationship
Shit with me. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And quiet as it's kept, we treat God like that sometimes.
Absolutely.
You know, when He's doing what we want Him to do, it's
I contend the way Ephesians 5 was taught for decades, the only person that could survive that kind of relationship was God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where all the man had to do was love, and all the woman had to do was submit. That seems cold to me. But only God and His church could survive
That relationship.
that kind of relationship. Only Jesus could survive that relationship.
Yeah.
Because of grace, mercy, everything else,
Yeah.
that He possesses. To wait for someone to develop, perhaps, into someone that would be acceptable.
Yeah.
So I and people are like that. They
Yeah.
just, they just feel like. I had a conversation with a grown woman in counseling, and she said, and I quote, "How I treat a person should not have anything to do with how they treat me." Out of her mouth. Did you hear what I said?
I heard what you said. I'm still trying to comprehend the.
I took 2 deep breaths, made sure my voice was measured and low, and began to talk.
Yeah.
How in the world do you give yourself license
Right.
to mistreat someone and say the way I'm treating you should not affect at all the way you treat me?
Right. That's insane.
And have that worked out in your head until it's okay.
Yeah. But then she'll be the first person complaining somebody mistreats her.
Absolutely.
I had somebody do that one time.
Yeah.
Offended by something. And I'm like, usually when you talk to me, you're always talking about how other people offend you. And when you want a whole lot of patience when it comes to somebody
you.
hurting you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you taking your time to recover.
Absolutely.
But you offend somebody, you want them to change in a moment
That's
and
right.
forgive you immediately.
Immediately. And
When-
get over the incident.
Yes, act like it never happened, but you want to hold on to a grudge when somebody hurts you forever. That makes no sense to me.
Now, did you see the cloudy look when you started trying to unpack that for me?
Yes, it was like, but, and then we're explaining.
It's
Yeah,
like-
it's like
Because they never considered
they
that.
never.
And when it's spoken out loud,
Yep.
they're hoping you will confirm that what they're feeling
Yep.
is right.
Yep. I'm like, no, you ain't gonna do that. Because you sat there and talked about how you need time to get over such and such and so when somebody hurts you. And all of a sudden you have no patience when you do somebody else wrong.
I think people observe us, but they don't see us.
Yeah.
Or see us, but they don't observe us. Especially those of you in leadership positions, you have to get used to people not seeing all that you do, even though it's plainly in front of them.
Right.
People tend to see things based on the perspective that has been built on the experience.
Right.
So I see it based on where I came from. So when they're watching you do your work, they only see what relates
Right.
to who they are and who they have been.
Right.
So when all of a sudden, you bring it up.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you see X, Y, and Z? I had a conversation with a guy recently that was trying to tell me about the ministry, and the first thing I brought up is like, you're not here.
Right.
So how are you making observations and you're not here?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know I got that cloudy look?
Yeah.
Like, why would you expect me to actually be here to make this analysis?
Yeah.
Because the analysis, watch this, the analysis was nothing about what we weren't doing.
Right.
He thought a negative assertion would get him a place in the ministry.
Mm-hmm.
You throw a hand grenade at
Right.
my front door,
Right.
and then think I'm going to welcome you into the
Can I
same
come in the
house.
house?
Come on, no.
Right.
This internet is making my mind too free. Some words are coming to me
Yeah,
that
no.
I wouldn't
we're
say
still-
on.
we're
on-
still taping,
on-
yeah,
on-
we're still-
we're still taping. I don't want to have to be repeated, but I just find it amazing.
Mm.
And and these are not just. Some of these people are older,
Yeah, grown. Yeah.
middle age, and younger.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I think that a lot of us have this wishy-washy loyalty because we never were really in the street.
Okay.
We tried to look like we were in the street.
Mm-hmm.
We knew some people that were in dicey lifestyles. But when I came up, there was this fierce loyalty to your boys,
Right.
which meant fight broke out, you didn't run, you fought.
Yeah.
Trouble for one, trouble for all.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't come and say anything about anybody that I was in a group with. That seemed like, how do siblings sit around and talk about each other?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, to other people.
Yeah, other people. Yeah. Do it in front of each other.
Now, me and you will talk to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you ain't coming up from outside.
Oh no.
Talking about, the Nick is, hold it, bro.
No.
Hold it. Hold it.
Yeah.
We about to have a problem.
Right. Me and my brothers get to talk. We talk about each other to our face.
That's right.
Face. You heard it from me.
But I don't know why that's such a foreign concept these days.
Yeah. Well, like loyalty is a rare trait. But even in the streets now, the streets aren't loyal anymore.
That's true.
It's just open season on whoever.
How do you exist like that?
Yeah. Hey,
Well, maybe there's a more fundamental issue.
Mm-hmm.
I never had a need to tell my own business when I was in the street.
Right.
These people now don't even keep their own business
Oh,
themselves.
no.
I only told 10 people. What?
Right.
And only 3 other people know.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I was talking to some of our young adults, and I'm like, look, even if your social media page is private, nothing is private.
No.
It's called social.
Yes.
Even if two other people see it.
What is wrong with that concept?
But it was private. Somebody saw it. Well,
I counseled a woman one time, and mother and everything, and she put a picture of herself up with nothing but beads on.
mm,
So she came to the office. I had the picture duplicated. She came to the office. I held the picture under the desk. So I'm talking to her. I said, I need an explanation from you. You have children, right? Right? You have a pastor, right? Do I need to see this? You know what her answer was? I put it up only for my friends on Facebook. I said, so at what point in life do you want your children to be able to be in a position where one of their friends say, look what I found.
right. Yep.
Your mom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They don't think that.
Like, I'm a big Serena Williams fan. And she's got this new thing on Harper's Bazaar. She's got a daughter. So she's going to the daughter's going to have to deal with the fact that's never going away. Why is your mom's butt out on a national magazine?
They call that female empowerment.
That's not empowerment. That's nudity.
I know. I know. We know that is.
It's nudity. I don't care how you fix it.
Yeah.
My mama's on the front of a magazine.
Yeah.
All right, if she was single, I get it. But now she's got a daughter
Yeah.
that has to see that.
Yeah.
Not to mention her husband.
But people don't think that far. Especially nowadays that social media is considered real life now.
Okay.
You know, before you would escape real life by going online. Now you gotta
real
live
life
your
now.
real life. Yeah, people see it as real life.
All right, let's take that a little further. So it is real life. So isn't it real life for a child?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm just
Can't
asking.
see it that way. It's
That
just
seems like a logical conclusion to me.
Mhm.
If it's real life,
yeah,
then my offspring are going to participate in this real life.
right.
They're going to see it. They're going to be exposed to it, and it's not going away because I'm famous.
Yeah, but they feel like you hear it. It's empowering. The woman's body is empowering. We've been covering up so long that I have a right to show myself.
You got a whole house that
I
you can
know.
walk around in butt
right,
naked.
right. I know. Look, we know this.
I got to go downtown.
We know this.
Come on. You got to go downtown to do
Right.
it?
Right, to show everybody.
Come on. Insecurity.
It is. It is. It is. You don't have to show everything to
Most
everybody.
people that have it and are confident in it don't feel a need
show it.
to overexploit it.
Yep.
Only those that are trying to sell themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You got a whole house. Soon as you get home, take all your clothes off and walk around. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It gets on my nerves.
Right.
What do you do? Keep changing until you look
Right,
crazy.
right.
Like I saw a guy walking down the street the other day. If he didn't have 9 colors on, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you just kept changing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look bizarre enough yet.
Yeah.
I don't look bizarre enough
Yeah.
yet. I don't look bizarre enough yet.
Mhm.
Okay, I can go out.
Yeah, I can go out. And the quest to be different, to be unique, to be yourself.
But the uniqueness today is dressing like everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If the new trend is to wear 9 colors and you're wearing 9 colors, you're not being unique.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
It's this. There's a book I keep saying I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
And it talks about how much social media and online is rewiring our brain.
Crazy.
Like the average Generation Z, those that are in high school now,
Mhm.
the average attention span is 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
8 seconds.
How will you keep a job?
That's
How will you pass a class?
8 seconds.
You can't learn anything in 8-second bits.
Yep. 8 seconds.
So what happens when you get to school and it requires you read a textbook
You focus, yeah.
for more than 8 seconds at a time? You'll be in 12th grade. You'll be in 12th grade and just get to the end of the first grade reader
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because you're still stuck on the first syllable.
Syllable, right.
Of,
Yeah.
come on.
8 seconds. That's why they love those stories online because it's real quick.
Well, here's the other
Information,
thing.
boom, boom, boom,
But
boom.
look,
Mhm.
the pictures and the voice are no longer good enough.
Mhm.
You got to have closed caption with somebody that's talking.
Yeah.
And now people are having a hard time watching things without closed caption at the bottom.
Mhm.
But I contend you can't watch what you're watching and the closed caption completely at the same time.
Oh yeah, because you're reading the words while you're
You're trying.
yeah.
It ain't working out.
But nowadays people, they don't enjoy experiences no more. Their phones are out recording the concert. Go to a concert. It's phones out the whole entire time.
What about just watching it?
just enjoy the concert? Live in the moment. But again, some people think if it's not posted online, you didn't do it, which to me is insane. Why do I have to show you that I did it?
Do I care whether you think I win or not?
Right, like you didn't go out and see it online.
Or is
But
my self-esteem tied to the fact that you'll approve of me
Yes.
if you saw me sitting at a concert?
when they tie affirmation to social media,
Nah.
messed everybody up. Now I need you. I don't even know you.
Now
to
my,
affirm.
now my boy was in town and I didn't get to go sing. Charlie Wilson.
Okay.
He was in town.
For the Gap Band.
The Gap Band is my era.
You ready?
As it's mine.
My era.
They were
I'm
big in the
s-
80s too,
I'm
right?
67 years old. Gap Band was when, they started during the time
Yeah.
that I can remember.
Right.
The young bucks can't remember.
Yeah.
They heard about it. I saw it.
Right.
Okay. So, yes. I'm like, man, I would love to go see y'all.
Mhm.
But to try to get me to walk through that darn lobby,
Mm-hmm.
go in that concert,
Mm-hmm.
you mean His Episcopal Eminence
It's here.
is here listening
Yeah.
and actually getting into it?
Mm-hmm.
It's my generation's
A
music.
bunch of preachers are doing that now anyway, so you might not have the same issue.
I don't know what
They go to
I don't-
Beyonce. They
I don't
go
know
to,
what you call them.
They they go to a bunch of stuff now.
Can't pay to go see her half naked and come to church and say you need to dress holy.
Yeah, they go all over the place now. Yeah.
I'm gonna pay to go see nakedness,
Mhm.
but then tell you,
Yeah.
there's a way for us to
Yeah.
dress now.
Yeah.
That's contradictory to me.
But it's a lot of people are viewing things a little different now.
Of course they are. There's no standard.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Whatever you want to do at the time is okay.
That's why I enjoy a little bit of anonymity still. People don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because don't let Anita Baker come to Philly.
You going? The only reason I wouldn't go, I've never understood a word she sang.
Really? I love her.
I like her voice. I've never understood a lyric that came out of her mouth. Tell the truth.
I love her.
Her voice is wonderful, but lyrics, she bad as James Brown. He missing a lyric. Know what he does? That's a lyric. I feel good. Come on. We out of time. This has been On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live on David G. Evans 1 on any smart device. We hope the conversation has caused you to think, caused you to contemplate, perhaps reconsider, and re-engage. Come on out every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Our great co-host, Pastor Nicholas Smith, want to invite you to the 29th pastoral anniversary on the 28th of this month. Don't miss it. We're going to have a great time here at the church. Bishop Marvin Sapp in the morning at 8 and 11. A surprise couple singing unit for me that I know about. And then at nighttime, we're going to have Dr. Jamal Bryant and Anthony Brown in group therapy as our music for the evening. You don't want to miss it. Next time, stay strong, stay saved, and remember this: faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. See you next time on Point.